Hi. So let's get started and figure out. I thought there was something wrong with my hair because of that. Anyway, let's figure out who we're going to do next. We're shaking to do them. Nice. Virgo, you're one of the ones who didn't get your Samhain reading. And I was going to do your reading with Leos and Cancers after Virgos, so that you guys had an opportunity to have your readings. This is your January. We're doing a love reading this time. We're going to do Lover's Path. It's not associated with the card deck. It's actually a reading that I made. So if you see me looking over here, it's because I got it mapped out. It's kind of like based on a song by Radiohead that I was listening to at the time, and it's like X will mark the place. Like the parting of the ways. So it's like where I end and where you begin kind of thing. So if you wanted to see what it looks like, this is the mind of a human being who, has a disorganized mess of a brain. And that's how we're going to do it. You can check your rising moon and Venus sign for everything you need to know. Description box will show you a fantastic place where you can run your natal chart and find all of your placements. You do need to know the time that you were born. I am clairaudient, clairsentient, claircognizant. When I hear ringing in my ears when I'm doing readings on the right, they're messages from people I know that are passed on the left from spirit guides. We're going to use the Boticcelli deck for you, but we will begin with your magnetic poetry. No clarifiers. We're just going to go with it and roll right through. And hopefully I can get this done in an hour because I am going out for lunch. It's my last day of my birthday week. I took a week off of work, vacation, so that I could chill out. I usually do. I like to do that. It was my birthday on Monday. So if Capricorn is your sun sign and you're watching this for your rising moon or Venus sign, happy birthday to you. Nonetheless, let's go ahead and let's see what your magnetic poetry is. You can pause it here. I'm going to do these in list format for you so that you can kind of see instead of it being in sentences or something. We have an R that came out as well. I have Scrabble, but it's on my fridge, magnetic Scrabble. So I could do that too, but I've decided not to. And an S as well, an R and an S, and a Y. Interesting. You got a lot of letters this time, which is interesting. So you can pause it here, check that out, see what you think of those. And those are your words that you can kind of jot down and kind of see if they make any sense to you as far as messages go. And we'll get started for you. So on this side over here, we're going to discuss your energy, and we'll go through each of the placements. On this side will be the person. I don't want you to have a specific person in mind for this, though. Reason being is because it can be anybody. It can be somebody in the future. It can be somebody from your past. I don't necessarily think that it is somebody from your past. It's probably somebody that you're involved with in your present circumstances, but it is a love reading. There will be a point where the X kind of intersects, and that's your common ground. So that's where I end and you begin, or where the X will mark the place, if you will. So yeah, I didn't mess around with my camera during the Capricorn read, which is why the Capricorn reading was more than likely a lot larger than it had to be. It's because of that. Because, some of my cards are a little bit glossier than others, and then kind of the ring light kind of bounces off of them. And we do need to have lighting, and I know that for a couple of months I've been messing with my lighting and my camera because I have a different camera. I'm recording off of laptop now, which is fantastic. Lots more space, lots far quicker as far as uploads go. Something about speed, moving with speed for you, Virgo. It's like post-haste, trying to get something done quickly. Twist for fairness. Okay, so your current circumstances. We'll pull 3. I always take flippers and jumpers only. So let's get started for you. Virgo, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. Take a maximum of 3. If I get forced to do 4, then we'll do 4. But generally speaking, I don't generally do that, I'm also getting used to, I don't know if anybody's noticed, but I'm also getting used to not looking at the recording light and looking directly in the camera instead. So, yeah. It's a lot easier on cell phone, right? There might be some cell phone communication in between you and somebody else. I don't know. I don't know. Somebody watching, he's watching, he's watching, he's watching. You might feel like there's somebody that you can't escape that's watching you, if you're female. Or at the present time, you feel like somebody has their eye on you. Come on, it was funny because I was supposed to cut the deck. I didn't want to. I don't normally cut the deck, but it was like, cut the deck, and I didn't. And now we're not getting any flippers or dumpers. We'll cut the deck. Queen of Pentacles, Capricorn energy for you. With Temperance, could be Capricorn. You could be dealing with a Capricorn. I did it because I had to. Okay, Capricorn. So Queen of Pentacles in the upright. We have Capricorn energy in the Queen of Pentacles in the upright with the Temperance card in the upright. And the Three of Pentacles. Three of Pentacles in the upright as well. It could be a partnership with a Capricorn, Sagittarius, cusp individual, or a partnership or contract that came about during the December 21st-ish season, or the Capricorn or Sagittarius season for you. Healing and patience with a Capricorn feminine energy, or healing and patience that had to occur with a Capricorn individual. Again, you could have Capricorn in your chart. I thought it was interesting that that came up when I was talking at the beginning. There's ambition, determination, and drive here in the Queen of Pentacles. This individual is somebody who takes a home, like a house, and turns it into a home. Somebody who, this energy is an energy, they're the one who comes into the home and turns on the music and lights the scented candles and creates the meal, and wraps their lover in a warm blanket and stokes the fire, and it creates that entertaining, beautiful home environment for an individual. Also very ambitious and determined, passionate in their goal setting abilities, very hardworking individual. Somebody who makes the home a place. Temperance energy here, Sagittarian energy. And again, I apologize, I'm still working on getting this glare figured out. Temporal though. Somebody who is a healing person, very patient. This is also a call, herald, for having patience in your own healing journey. But also in a healing situation with a Capricornian individual, but also to have patience in and of itself towards something during this present time. This is your current circumstances, not your past circumstances, although I know I had said so. Three of Pentacles, this could be friendship, a partnership. It's also the perfect symphony of body, mind, and spirit. An offer, a contract of sorts. You could be patiently waiting on extending an offer. There could be friendship associated with this. Somebody who's a musician. Do you see here? They have the bow and the violin or the fiddle. There. But they're laying the foundation towards something. That's on your side of things. On their side of things for current circumstances, Virgo. What do we have? Virgo, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. What are the current circumstances for the individual? And we have three. We have all three that we needed. They jumped and they flipped at the same time. And so we have the Ace of Cups in the reverse with the Two of Pentacles in the upright and the Fool in the reverse. Somebody is sitting in the dichotomous energy with that Two of Pentacles, if you see there in the middle. Ace of Cups in the reverse. Initially, these were actually coming out like this, and they flipped as they went. It's funny that that happened because we do have the Two of Pentacles there. Ambiguous energy. As long as this person is ambiguous with their energy, the universe is going to be ambiguous with them. That's something that I always like to remind people of with the Two of Pentacles. This could be a person who has water and earth in their chart, as well as fire with that Fool. The reason this person is kind of wavering back and forth in their energy as far as playing hot foot, not necessarily in between two different individuals, however, with their energy, is because they don't want to take risk. They're not willing to take risks. They're not a risk taker, or they feel that taking risk is unwise at this time with this Fool energy here. You see. And this is adventurousness for the purpose of learning and for the purpose of living in order to experience more on the earthly plane. However, they're not willing to take risks right now, which is why you see here the ambiguity, the ambivalence in their energy. Should I stay or should I go? That kind of a thing. And then we have, of course, the Ace of Cups in the reverse. This is a non-renewal within a current relationship. Can also be a false start or something that just doesn't seem to be getting off the ground. And again, like I said, it's almost like they want, it's like there's this almost start or a false start because they're not willing to take the risk here with the Fool. So I'll put these over here for you. I'm trying to read these as sentences as opposed to individually if I can, because I know that when I did the Cancer read, that was actually extremely valuable. For you and your obstacles and challenges, Virgo, I'm trying to be organized here. You don't like their disorganized thoughts. You're very analytical. You might be trying to analyze them. You're trying to get a handle on something about this individual. But because their energy is very modeled. I think that's interesting because they said Madi. Their energy is modeled. It's you can't get a handle on it. So first of all, we have the Knight of Pentacles in reverse. You feel at a standstill. That's an obstacle for you. It's a challenge for you. Being at a standstill is a challenge for you. You feel that you have to move quickly on something, or that you need to, muy rápido, you need to move quickly on something. But you're at a standstill right now. It's an obstacle or a challenge for you. Is that it seems like something's being kept at bay or halted in some form or another. The Knight of Pentacles. Knight of Pentacles is the slowest moving knight in the deck, and so with him in the reverse, that's complete halt. No movement forward, no action forward. And else. The Moon in the reverse. There's a lifting of confusion, that's why. You've stopped in your tracks because there is no confusion. Something in the dream state. You were made aware of something in the dream state, perhaps? I see. Okay. Cancer or Gemini cusp individual. It could be associated with this. This is a challenge for you or an obstacle for you at this time. I don't want to put it like there's a person who is an obstacle for you. But your challenge at this time is this energy of having to make a choice in love with the Lovers, because that is what the Lovers is inherent of, is the choice to choose an individual, standing by the choice, right? Who wouldn't be the one you love? Stand inside your love, right? But here, when we have the Moon in the reverse, there's a lack of confusion, a lifting of confusion. Normally the Moon is where things dwell in the shadows and where we have confusion, deception, all of that kind of stuff. And here there is no confusion. That's why you're not taking action on something. You're not taking strategic, methodical movement forward on something. You've decided to halt all action because you are no longer confused about a situation. You understand what your choice will be or what your choice is. It could have to do with communication because this is a Gemini card. It also has to do with emotionality as well with the moon. Something about the dream state, though. Remember I said that because the moon is about the dream state. I love the artwork on these cards, but the dream state, something about something coming to light in the dream state. Being aware of something in the dream state. I don't know why, but it's like this card for me in the Lover's card. And again, I'm going way off chart with interpretation here because of the cards themselves. But if you see in this card here, this individual is kind of, carrying this woman, carrying this woman off as if to rescue them, flying away, You don't want to be the person to rescue them. Why does this come? I feel like this has come up for you before. I don't know why. On their side, their obstacles and challenges. Obstacles and challenges for them. On your person's side here. I'm just looking at those words because it says better say. We have the Eight of Wands in the reverse. They're not communicating something, or there's blocked communication. Their obstacle and challenges is that their communication is being blocked, or there's limited communication. Secrets, intuition, High Priestess. They intuitively know why, or there's something that's being kept secret, and that's the reason communication is not going through. Something being kept hidden and in the shadows, in the dark depths of occult knowledge. I'll read it as a sentence. Give me a sec. That's too many. It's too many. I can take 3 or I can take the 1. I'm going to take the 1. The world in the reverse. Something didn't end. There's unfinished business. They intuitively know something is not ending. Even though communication is somehow blocked. And there might be a reason that's unspoken or unsaid. Intuitively they know that there's something that is not ending here or is unending. It's not ending with the World card in the reverse. It isn't over. Something isn't over. Here's something about this World card that reminds me of, it's very reminiscent of the Hanged Man. You see? It's as if there's a gaining of perspective that's required, or somebody's trying to gain perspective on something. Communication isn't coming through. Or the communication is limited, or it's blocked, or it's intuitively this person understands that it's not over, it's not finished. Or there's a secret reason why. The communication is being kept at bay because there's a secret. Something didn't end. There's a gating of perspective that needs to be reached. Okay, where you have common ground, where you meet in the middle. What do we have? Virgo. Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. Oh, that came straight out. Four of Pentacles in the reverse. Spending. The inability to save. The inability to keep things. It's the spending of monetary or energetic or time resources. Remember, Pentacles, I keep on having to say this, and I think some people are starting to kind of wrap their heads around it. Coin is your time. Coin isn't just your money. Time is money, right? So coin is also your energy. Coin is your time, not just your money. So when you have something like the Four of Pentacles, in the upright, it would be asking you to hold your time, your energy, your money sacred, or it could also be a harbinger of miserly energy, right? Somebody who isn't willing to waste their time, money, efforts, energy on somebody. In the reverse, this is somebody who is demonstrating that they are spending their money, their time, their energy, their effort. This individual, where they meet you, where they have common ground. This is common ground. This is why I wanted to do this and make this, was because I wanted it to be where you end, where I begin. X will mark the place, like the parting of the ways. Do you know what I mean? So where you meet, where you have the common ground with this individual from their side of things. From your side of things, it's the Four of Pentacles in the reverse. For you, it's that. For them, it is... I just saw the Emperor in the upright for them. Let's see. I have two flippers. Ten of Pentacles in the upright with the Judgment card in the reverse. Conscious decision making, the harbinger that a choice needs to be made. And the Ten of Pentacles in the upright, legacy. This person has a strong, they know that for them, the Ten of Pentacles in the upright, that their time, their energy, their effort, and their coin has to go towards building a legacy, something that lasts far beyond their time on the planet. They need to create something that... yeah, this reminds me exactly of this. Although the song kind of spins out of control for a minute and gets extremely chaotic at the end of this song, Iowa by Slipknot, and I actually have it tattooed on me. I have the beginning line, and then I have the end line, relax, it's over, and you will live forever. That line, you will live forever, the reason it's so poignant is because it's about living forever. How do you, as an artist, how do you live forever? How do you make something that lasts when you no longer walk the planet? When you no longer live on the earthly plane, what do you create that outlives your time on the planet? Right? Legacy. So what can you do that becomes immortal, right? That's what the Ten of Pentacles denotes. It's that which lives longer than you do. For this person, the importance of that is something that matches you. This is your common ground. This is something that is a priority for you as well as for this person. And they're working towards this, I think. For you both, both have, you ended up with the third card in between you. On your side here, you have the Four of Pentacles, being that you're willing to spend some time, effort, and monetary in order to find the individual, or for this individual. You're willing to do that. You're willing to extend yourself and your coin, your time, your energetic resources for this person. But in between you two, the judgment has to be made in order for this to come together. Judgment being an Aries Sagittarian energy, but it is about, of course, like the namesake of the card suggests, about your ability to make the conscious choice. Kind of like it's interesting that it came out kind of like after this, right? Because this is the conscious effort and the conscious choice to choose somebody, right? And the knowledge here, the hidden knowledge of the High Priestess, is that there has to be a conscious choice on both individuals' sides, that you want to bring this together in between the two of you. You both have to continue to choose one another. You have to choose that this is something of worth for the both of you. You're willing to do this, you're willing to build, this other person's willing to build this, and you're meeting in between the two of you with the knowledge that you have to make the conscious effort and the conscious choice and make the judgment call. That there is, I always say, the trumpeter's call. I believe this one still has the trumpets. Yeah, I used to be a trumpet player when I was a kid, but the trumpeter's call, and it's the reckoning. Do you know? It's the day of reckoning. So in between the two of you, where you meet, where your common ground is exactly that. That there needs to be the conscious choice on both sides at the perfect time, because timing is everything, right? I think because the current circumstances here for this individual are the Two of Pentacles, that they are, but there's something that they're not quite aware of, and there's the need to follow their intuition, because they're not necessarily in a place where they're able to communicate with you, which is interesting. That's their obstacle at this current time, and it's because you're not taking action. You've halted all action, right? Okay. Thoughts and fears on your side. And I do have to kind of keep mindful of the time, because I have places I have to go today. It's my last day off, right? Okay. And even though I like gluten, I'm actually, I have a really, I get joint pain and stuff from eating gluten. I had pizza yesterday. I feel like shit. So, if you're wondering why my energy is just not where it usually is, that would be why. We had a little card vomit here. These stayed, so we're going to take them. These are your thoughts and fears. Knight of Wands in the upright, with the Empress in the reverse, and the Queen of Swords in the upright, with the King of Swords in the reverse. Wanted to come rushing in. Thoughts and fears, right? You wanted to come rushing in passionately. This is Sagittarian energy. You want to come rushing in towards this individual at some point. During a Taurus season or a Libra season. With the Empress in the reverse. I always like to look at time. I'm ruled by time. But The Empress in the reverse is somebody who doesn't seem connected with the earth or lacks creativity in some regard. Isn't connecting with the earth, not grounded. A volatile female, irrational and volatile female. You wanted to come in and rescue them, but you were, the fear was that they were not grounded and stable and connected with themselves in the earthly plane and with their earth mother energy, their nurturing energy. You didn't feel that that was the case. And as a result, I feel like that's a part of the halted action, because you wanted to, your thoughts were passionate action, the passionate creative energy to come racing in, do you know? But this is the lack of stability. You might have also been afraid that it seemed unstable to do so. You wanted to do them justice after a deep injustice had been done towards them at the hands of a criminal. The Queen of Swords, interesting. The Queen of Swords is Libra energy. So you have two Libra cards here. In between Libra and Aquarius season, this is an Aquarian card. The King of Swords in the reverse is considered a criminal. And the reason they're considered a criminal is because the King of Swords in the upright is a judge, magistrate, lawyer, corrections officer, police officer, guard, you know. And so in the reverse, it's exactly the opposite. A thief, a criminal, scam artist, con artist. And so there was a need to, you might have felt an injustice was done to somebody. You thought a deep injustice had been done to somebody at the hands of a criminal. You might have seen this happening. And so if we read this as a sentence, thoughts and fears, you wanted to come rescue somebody. I'll save you. It's not knight in shining armor energy like the Knight of Cups is, though. It lacks the romanticism. It's almost as if you wanted to come in and passionately, like, come in all hellfire. You know, this guy's got a wand. He's ready to beat somebody over the head with. Do you know? But the thought and fear is where we're at here. You might have felt that it was something that looked or appeared unstable, or were worried that somebody was unhinged or did not seem grounded themselves, was not connected enough with the earth or with their feminine energy. But you could have also been looking at the situation from a place of somebody needing to seek their own justice, or that you might have felt that somebody was going to was scamming you. Could have been somebody you felt was scamming you. You could have lost you might have a court case on your mind. Also, just because we have the Queen of Swords and the King of Swords here. Heavy Libra energy. Let's look at their side of things. Thoughts and fears for them. No. Thoughts and fears for them. Should have brushed my hair. You know, I had a shower and I kind of just, you know, I didn't blow dry it. I don't want to heat treat, like, you know, you put too much heat on your hair, it gets fried over time, right? Justice, yeah. This person is Seven of Cups in the reverse with the Justice card. One more. One more. Okay. Hierophant in the reverse. This person's deeply afraid of choosing wrong in emotional matters. This is a collapse of what one believes when it comes to traditional beliefs. Because we have it paired with the Justice card and we have it paired with the Seven of Cups in the reverse. Somebody chose wrong in traditionalist beliefs that had to do with highly structured beliefs such as the institution of marriage, divorce, especially with the Seven of Cups in the reverse and the Justice card. This person's thoughts and fears are that if they choose one of the cups, they may have chosen wrong and that they're going to end up in a divorce type situation. Or they're looking back to where this happened in the past. They'd like to do and this was my initial thought before the Hierophant came down, they'd like to do themselves justice for choosing wrong in the past. This is their thought. They're also afraid that they will continue to choose wrong. Libra energy again. There's Libra energy all over this. There's something very significant about October. Mid-September to mid-October. This is labeled wrong. Just give me a second. I want to find the Strength card here. Because that shouldn't be card 8. The Strength card should be 8, and Justice is marked as 8, and that's not normal. That's weird. Weird. So in this deck, card 11 is Strength, and in this deck, card 8 is Justice. That's not classically how Rider-Waite-based decks are numbered. Leo and Libra were switched. I just want to show this to you, and the reason I want to show you this to you is because this was actually, I was looking at this number to look at the timing. Leo, Libra, this should be an 11 and this should be an 8. Leo and Libra were switched. This person's concerned with making the wrong choices and it resulting in the same problem. They want to do themselves justice in the future. Their thoughts and fears are deeply based in this in the past. That's really weird. Why that would be an 11 instead of an 8. Anyway, let's get moving forward for you here. nonetheless, their thoughts and fears are about choosing wrong. They're trying to make the right choices moving forward because they want to do themselves justice. For the collapse of the belief system, they want to do it right. The collapse of the traditionalist belief in the higher construct of marriage, that they had to, the end of the marriage that they had in the past. I see this. Now, we have 8 and 8 here. Okay. Moving forward, for you, Virgo. We have the King of Pentacles in the reverse. A feeling of coldness in the home space. Normally this is a Taurus energy, somebody who creates the feeling of warmth within the home space and brings home the bacon for the Queen of Pentacles to fry. If I was to symbolize it, or simplify it rather. With that, what else? 2 more. That's what we needed. That's great. We have the Hermit. That's you. With the Page of Pentacles. There's a connectedness here that you're requiring to do with yourself that you're aware of. You're being closed. I was like clothed. Closed and standoffish within your home space, or there's coldness in your home space. The inability to create warmth in the home space. Create hearth and home in the home space. A feeling like a lack of security in the home space moving forward for you. And the need to connect with the self. You're feeling isolated, or you need to isolate. You need to be by yourself and alone with your thoughts. This is your card, the Hermit. You might be apologizing for this, or somebody might be apologizing to you. There might be a small token of emotionality that somebody brings to you in terms of communication. This could also have to do with water sign children. But it seems as if you might, like I said, you might be apologizing for the fact that you have to isolate, to go within, connect with yourself, have an inner dialogue with yourself about something. It's got to do with this lack of comfort and security in your home environment. Moving forward for them, I don't know any actual Virgos. So this is always harder to kind of like look at from that lens, because I don't, yeah, 9 of Wands. On the verge of victory, but being exhausted of the struggle with something. It could be a creative endeavor, an idea. It could just be in general with life. 10 of Swords in the reverse, healing with something. There's something that they're healing. It could be a feeling of sickness that they've been kind of just getting over, a general feeling of malaise, but they're kind of like trying to push through in order to meet, I want to say deadlines. Like, I don't know why I want to say deadlines, though. There's something like a project of some sort that they're trying to push through, but they've been feeling unwell. Anything else? Anything else? Queen of Wands in the reverse. Aries energy with the Queen of Wands. But in the reverse, it's usually somebody who's feeling over-emotional, irrational, passion to the point of poison, somebody who angers easily. Like, I get the heatedness of it, like, you know, somebody who's jealous. They could be trying to heal that side of themselves that gets jealous really easily, or has irrational thoughts. Frustration. There's frustration at this. They're frustrated because they want to see completion of a project or reach the completion of a project. They're very exhausted and they're sick and they're getting frustrated with it. They might be feeling that their moods are not stable right now. Not moods, but their temper isn't. Thank you. Their temper is not stable right now. They're quick to anger because they're not feeling well and they're frustrated that they can't just, it's like that internal dialogue of why can't I just need to get my shit together, you know? What's that? Gotta get my shit together, gotta gather my shit in. I think it's the National. But it's like that feeling of, you know, and somebody's like, God, you know, I feel like crap right now. Why can't I just get my shit together so that I can get through this? And then once I get this done, then I can feel like crap all I want, you know, like that kind of a feeling. And they're snappy. They're snappy. They're moody. It's just January, right? But bottom of the deck. I was efficient on this one, you know. We have the Four of Cups in the reverse. Coming out of depression, the feeling of grief, abandonment, and loss. Emerging from that, having healed from that. But then there's conflict. There's arguments that have arisen. Probably because somebody is, yeah. So, but then there's, you know, the burdens and the responsibilities, and that's probably why there are conflicts, is because they feel the weight of burden and responsibility upon them. But then there's the knowledge and the feeling of a connectedness, a kinship with somebody. Somebody that they felt a connection with since long ago. You know, it doesn't necessarily have to be a romantic thing, right? And then Twist of Fate, X will mark the place. Wheel of Fortune, X will mark the place. Can be a reversal of fortune, can also be a standstill of sorts with that. And I think that's kind of where you're at with your challenge and your obstacles. There are too many burdens and responsibilities, and then there seems to be a kinship here with these cards where you have the conflict, the Ten of Wands, but then the knowledge with the Six that there's enough of a connectedness with somebody that is long standing enough that if there has to be a pause button put on things with this with the Wheel of Fortune here in the reverse, that's okay, and that's just kind of the way the cookie crumbles. Nonetheless, that's what I've got for you. Sorry, that's what I've got for you. And that's where we're at. Do this if this made sense, or if you thought this was pretty cool, and we'll see you when we see you next. Thanks, Taurus. Bye.